Lovely to see you. We really enjoyed the film.
Thank you.
I know you struggled to get the movie up. What was the biggest obstacle? Was it the scope and the ambition of it, or the idea behind it?
I think it was the scope of it, because it was one thing to tell people that you wanted to do an original musical that was already kind of a little set off alarm bells, but this also needed to be a epic panoramic kind of sweep of a movie that spanned time and shot all over LA and involved big dance numbers and set pieces and really embraced fantasy in certain parts. Right. So it took resources.
You're not from LA. Do you think that helped give an outsider's perspective to some of the beauty spots?
Yeah, I mean, I think it was wonderful in this movie, I guess, to both shoot places that I'd grown to love in LA myself, and also discover places, when we were scouting and working with my production designer, David Wasco, who knows LA like the back of his hand. It was amazing to kind of get to learn more about the city that had become my hometown through the making of this movie.
Right. I think it's safe to say you're unabashedly sentimental and nostalgic. Is that the kind of feeling you wanted to lend to the film?
Yeah, I wanted it to be, but I also wanted it to question, those things as well. So, to question nostalgia. Nostalgia has to have limits, otherwise you just live in the past. And these are characters who have to learn to live in the present. So the movie needed to be about that and needed to find that balance itself.
I know the actors put in the work and the rehearsal, but how challenging and or pleasurable were shooting some of the song and dance numbers?
Both incredibly challenging and incredibly pleasurable, because there was a kind of exhilaration on set. We were doing these long takes, and takes at magic hour where you only have a half-hour window, or takes on a freeway where you've shut down a freeway ramp and you're dealing with the elements. We were doing everything in real locations for the most part. So there was this kind of high-wire feeling on set where we were all a little terrified, but man, the feeling of when you pull one of those numbers off, it was just, you could feel it on set. We would all kind of break out into cheers.
I couldn't help feeling during that opening sequence with cars stopped on the freeway, there'd be gunfire all over the place.
Yes, well, that's the other side of LA. But I wanted to, imagine that, a more joyful side.
Now, in terms of musicals, actually, I want to change that. One aspect of the film that I enjoyed was the notion of selling out as an artist, and how every artist has to make that decision whether they're going to compromise their aesthetic and values or not. Why was that an important element of the film for you?
Well, it's something I've had to struggle with myself. I mean, I think every artist does to a certain extent. It's also, to me, just a reflective of an even more universal thing, which is just balancing dreams and reality. It's one thing to have these kind of perfect idealized dreams in your head of what kind of artist you're going to be, or what kind of life you're going to lead, or what love is going to look like for you. But reality has its own agenda, and sometimes dreams don't fit into reality, and you have to find that balance. And that's something the characters have to find in the movie, and I think it's something that musicals themselves are really adept at expressing.
Now, since Venice, the film has been really well received critically, and we're entering award season. At this stage, what would recognition this time of year mean for you and the film?
It would be amazing. It would be really wonderful and thrilling. But I also, I try not to think about it too much. I try to just, focus on, just getting to make this movie in the first place was a dream come true, and so getting now to show it to audiences is just, it's amazing.